Before the advent and distribution of HD TV, our lighting standards were 700 lux. Now our lighting standards are between 1100 and 1400 lux for HD television broadcasting. And then we come to the Olympic Games, it's 2000 lux.
It's the lighting that the cameras see and track the athletes with, and the light that's on the athletes during the course of competition. It's all about the athlete. The athlete is the field of play.
The success of any Olympiad is in part defined by the quality of the broadcast coverage that inspires a global viewing audience. The quality and level of lighting have become an increasingly critical component of field of play design. It ensures the best TV coverage possible, while also meeting the needs of international federations to deliver the optimal environment for athlete performance and field of play safety.
It's an integrated design between the needs for television, the needs for spectators, our needs, and everything's got to kind of needs to come together in a way that works.
The main areas of lighting are the field of play, obviously, and then there are a lot of key areas which the broadcaster requires lit to a certain level. And firstly would be the mix zone, and then you've got press conference rooms which require all the similar lighting, and this comes back to consistency across the different broadcast elements.
One of the most important aspects with broadcast lighting is uniformity. You don't want to see 1400 lux and 500 lux and 1400 lux because that creates a dark zone. We want uniformity, and we work really hard at making for sure all of our venues are uniform from side to side, end to end, and the athlete in motion has light on the side of him that will benefit the broadcast the most. The amount of light that we have in our guidelines with the athlete in motion is about 1800 lux of vertical light on the athlete on all sides of him, especially on the sides that's moving forward. There are calculations that you can do that actually defines what is, let's say, acceptable glare. So it doesn't affect his primary plane of view, and it also allows the lighting to be illustrated his facial motions and really all of his body in motion. Like biathlon, we have a shooting range. Unlike any event in the world, we want to see the eye and the finger and the cartridge come out of the gun in a flicker-free environment.
Having secure and resilient power to guarantee the quality of the lighting and ensure the safety of the athletes in the event of a power failure at the venue is mission critical.
The IOC technical manual specifications, they indicate that 50% of the field of play lighting during competition time should be run from two different sources. And one of the sources should be generating sets. This is not a backup solution, this is an operational solution. In case that we lose completely one of the sets of power, the other one will be enough in order to have safety for the athletes and the competition to be able to finish in a normal manner. You have to consider they complete their full run in a matter of a few seconds. Now, if lights, they go completely blank in these few seconds, the athlete could crash, and so the implications are enormous.
Having put the correct lighting and power design solution in place, you then need to implement the correct processes to ensure the lights are on and power is correctly configured to run the event.
Who turns on the lights? Now that is interesting, it's always a challenge, but to me it's not a matter of who turns it on, as long as it's on at the right time.
Значит, система электроснабжения.
The normal power supply, outside competition hours, for field of play lighting, involves delivery of power via two circuits from the permanent utility network. For competition, one of the circuits is switched to generators as prime power, in line with IOC specifications. We perform a series of actions to accomplish the switchover. First, we start up the generators. Then, we notify the lighting control room that we are in the process of making the transfer of power. Then, we get permission to make the transfer from utility to generator power from the grid company. We then perform the switchover ourselves by cutting out one of the utility circuits and transferring power to the generators. Finally, after the power transfer is complete, we start the process of turning on the sports lighting.
The field of play lighting design should also consider the needs of athletes in training, where sporting federations require that the athlete trains in the same conditions as games competition. Where an event has multiple fields of play, this in turn impacts both the power supply configuration and loading, as well as lighting operations.
The Olympics is full of emotion, and OBS's job really is to capture that and convey that to the viewers at home. So the lighting, for example, needs to be broadcast grade lighting that can provide adequate lighting for the new cameras that are used, high definition cameras, the very high speed cameras that can capture very slow replays, so you can get that fine detail of an athlete, the expression on their face, their muscles moving. I consider now a competition venue more like a TV studio that just happens to have a bigger than usual audience, studio audience.
When it comes to lighting the field of play, an organising committee needs to factor in a complex set of requirements that are driven by a wide range of stakeholders, starting with technical specifications for the international federations, broadcast and the IOC, together with the requirements of individual suppliers delivering and operating the systems at the venue. Supreme cooperation is crucial to success.
We had a real good relationship with LOCOG because it's really a partnership between the two. We generate the guidelines, they follow the guidelines, they deliver the project, and we jointly commission it so it's fine-tuned, it's angled correctly for the particular sport we have. But LOCOG is key in this because they're burdened with taking specifications and guidelines and translating that into buildings and with lighting systems. And we'll review it during the course of the design, but at the end of the day, it's combining our expertise and their expertise to deliver the project. It's really a teamwork